Partners in Employment TV, I'm Melissa Shank. Today we are talking with Sue and we're going to find out how Partners in Employment has helped her. I have Sue with me here now, and you have a very interesting and very relevant news story to share about how Partners in Employment has made an impact on your life.
I sure do. A number of months ago, because of the past election results, our whole office became unemployed. And so I spent a couple of months kind of licking my wounds, and then reality hit that I needed to get out and start looking for work. And that fear just gripped me, that sense of loneliness gripped me. And because a number of years ago when I first moved to Stratford, Partners in Employment was here for me. I knew where to come to. And so I ended up coming here, and the first thing they said was, "Sue, we will do whatever we can, we're here for you." And that, I mean, I cry at the drop of a hat, but that really,
it hits you, right?
Does.
They're your friends.
That's right.
It's very much like a family here.
That's
at
right.
And you know that they care.
Right.
Like they're not just words.
Mm-mm.
They care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I got into a 2-week program that allowed me to actually sit down with other people and not feel alone. Sit down with them and just regroup. Who am I? What have I got to sell? How am I going to do this? Looking for work, huge, big, bad event that, people sometimes have to go through. And those 2 weeks were phenomenal because what it gave me was a sense of self-confidence. It gave me a place to network. It also gave me a bunch of people that I could call, I could get to coffee with, I could just regroup with.
And everyone could relate to the same situation,
yes.
right? Yeah.
And we were all helping each other.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. The other thing Partners in Employment said to me is, whatever you need in order to get back on the bandwagon, we're here for you. And so I thought, well, maybe if I take some courses. So I took bookkeeping, and I took I'm pretty well versed in computers, but I took the intermediate computer classes. And Deb Hotchkiss, she's wonderful. She said to me, "Sue, maybe you want to get into some practical? Why don't you get into some volunteer?" So she helped to open the door for one of the main agencies here in Stratford. And I grabbed it and I said, "I'll give you 1,000,000 hours a week," which, meant a lot. And so I started being there daily. And if I wasn't there part of the time, I was here next door taking classes. And it was wonderful because my mother even said, "I don't even know who I'm talking to. You just feel like a different person. You have so much confidence, and you know what you're doing. Your days are targeted, And it was wonderful. But the biggest miracle of all was that just a couple of weeks ago, a job came up, and it came to me through networking. And I can say before, I never was a networker. I did not want to really try to fluff who I was because I didn't really much believe in myself. But this place here, Partners in Employment, has helped me to come out of my shell, helped me to be able to see who I am. And so what happened was the job was, the paperwork was offered to me, and I just followed through with it and said, I'd be a fool not to follow through with this, even though it was not something that I would ever have picked out. It was a sales position, and that is not what I thought, I've been for years. But when I sat down and peacefully thought about it, I thought, I've sold concepts to people, I've sold services, provincial services to people. I can do this. This would be exciting and a new chapter. And so anyway, I did what I needed to do. Half an hour after I faxed the information, I got a phone call for an interview. And that was the big miracle that happened. For every other interview I've ever had before, I did a lot of studies and who am I supposed to be? Who do they want me to be? And I never was at peace with walking in and just saying, this is who I am, this is what I've got, like it or not, Be
yourself.
Yes. And so for me, it was not about be who they want, but it was about be myself. So I walked into the interview, and I've never ever had freedom in an interview. I wasn't sick or, diarrhea or anything that you normally get,
Just all the butterflies and the
yes.
fear. And because it was, people get so afraid of will I get the job? I need the job. I need it. I need
Yes.
it. And
Yes.
I'm so excited for
Yes.
you. Okay, sorry.
That's okay. I'm like that too. So what happened was everything went wonderfully, and then they called me back and said, we'd like to do another interview. And for me, it was almost like a test. Do I really have the freedom? Is this mine, you know? To be able to walk in and be who I am and know that I can get a job, not even in my own field, but in a different field. And so when the second job was like 11 minutes long. It was absolutely wonderful. We had a lot of fun in the interview, and a few hours later, I was offered the job. And for me, though, the biggest part that Partners in Employment gave me was that freedom to be myself. This is emotional.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You were just so excited for you. This is because you haven't started yet, have you?
No, I start in a couple of weeks, and so I have some downtime, and you know, and I've had that fun time to be. Well, I mean, what was it? 2 hours after I got offered the job, I sat back and went, "Oh my God, I can't do this! I can't do this! I've never done this before." And then it was like just something rose up and said, "You can do whatever you set your mind to because
Yes,
you
you
are
can.
free. You are free to be Sue. You know, you're free to bring all this wonderful stuff and work with the team and just go for it. You know." And so I'm really excited, and I'm still really emotional because it's fresh. And if you're in need, if you feel lonely, if you feel like a victim, please get to Partners in Employment because they'll help you to find yourself, and that's what we need. We need the freedom to know who we are, and that's great.
So Sue, I wanted to share this with our audience today, that these are the free workshops that anyone is more than welcome to come and take, and this is what you were talking about that made a difference for you,
That's
correct?
right. That's right.
So, you know what? They are free. They are here. We post them on our Facebook account here on Partners in Employment. You can check it out on Facebook. The dates are here, times are here, all of the courses. Check them out. Give them a call at Partners in Employment. If you're like Sue, looking for a new opportunity, you know where to find them, partnersinemployment.on.ca.